We'll have to cut that bit out. No, so what we did today, I haven't really had any ideas for any videos whatsoever. So we're gonna wash my car, and then me and the camera guy, his name is Joey, we're gonna be talking about certain things. We don't know what it's gonna be, so now it's gonna be me washing my car, and we're gonna be talking about shit later.
What's your favourite guitar?
Well, that's a stupid question.
What's your favourite guitar setup that you've owned?
Weirdly, and this is actually going to be quite crazy. Not crazy. A bit crazy, but not crazy. Just a bit. Weirdly, my favourite guitar setup is the guitar he sold me, and that was many years ago. So the whole thing was, I'm originally the accordion player, and I thought I would learn to, how to play guitar. And I was at college with him together. I think I was like 15, 16 at the time. I wasn't working, so I had barely any money, and I was like, begged my mum, like, can you give me like 50 quid so I can buy the guitar of him? And, that guitar was like cheap copy of Les Paul.
Is that how much you sold it for?
Yeah, it was 50 quid, the guitar, and...
I really ripped you off, didn't I?
No, but it was with that part amplifier as well.
With the amp?
Yeah, with the amp, that's what I'm saying. For 50 quid in my mind, that was actually alright. I was like, yeah, beg my mum, like, can you just give me 50 quid because I'm buying the guitar? And she was like, Carl, you will never learn the guitar and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I just need uncle, give me the money so I can buy the guitar. Yeah, I got the guitar off him, and weirdly, because I still got that guitar to this day, even though it's a cheap copy of a very expensive guitar, it still feels really nice to play. Yeah, so first of all, I need to apologise because my actual camera died. So we're using a different camera or a phone. So yeah, that's why probably everything has changed drastically. Yeah, going back to the first guitar, I think it's just one of those things, like when you get, as I got a first guitar off you, I got to, learn everything I know, the basics of playing on that guitar. And you just get used to it. Same thing, when you get your first car sort of thing, you just start driving it, you learn on that car, you get used to the car, and when you get something else, it just doesn't feel, you can get a better car, but it's not going to feel the same because it's, you're used to having that one thing. And I think that's what it is with that guitar. Only difference is, years went by and I actually bought like a nice guitar. I always well, 7-string and stuff, but still, and every time I go back to it, it still feels really nice to play. And I just think it's because it's a copy of like a nice guitar in a way, and overall, yeah, it's a lot. I just find it easy to play because that's what I learned on. That's what I'm like used to playing. And even though it had like cheap like pickups, as I said to you the other day, but it doesn't sound bad. That's what I'm saying. Like I played, when I used to work in cafe converters and shit, I got some £30-50 guitars in, made by really cheap companies, and when you plug them through like an amp, or it doesn't matter which amp, but you can still tell it's like, it's like really bad sounding sort of guitar. And just really like shit pickups, but with that guitar, it still has that something nice about it. Hence why I haven't got rid of it. I've still got it, and potentially it would be nice if I could swap out maybe the pickups, get something better in, and repaint it, and still keep it because it is my first guitar. And in a way, it's quite important to me because if he wouldn't have sold me that, then I probably wouldn't have even started playing guitar, to be honest.
I think I got it from my ex-girlfriend's dad. I think he gave me that, but. You see, I don't know actually how much it's worth because I don't actually know what brand it is.
Yeah, I could never find it either because all it was a W at the top is a little star on it. No, still no idea what
it's not Washburn or anything.
No, definitely.
The body itself was really solid. It wasn't like with a lot of cheap guitars, you get that thin body. It's really made out of like a lot of different pieces that are quite hollow, but that is a solid, very solid piece of wood. I don't know what everyone's like on the.
No, say that again. Say that again, I'm going to try not to laugh. I'll cut the bit out.
Penis. So yeah, it's a pretty good guitar. I recently bought my first car.
Yeah, he did. And how did that go?
Well, I kind of know what you mean now when you say that guitar was the first guitar.
Yeah.
And it might be a piece of shit.
but it's your first guitar.
Yeah, it's my first car. No, I really enjoy it.
Well, that's the thing, like, I think people generally just find attachments to things what they can get first. You know, for me, first guitar, first car, same sort of thing for you. No, it could be your first phone, I don't know, first computer. People just sort of relate to it differently, you know, and I think that's what's kind of cool about the whole thing. And yeah, as I said to you, you know, when you sent me the car, you said it was like, what, 200 quid or what? I was like, oh, because I'm into cars a lot, and I was like, oh, for 200 quid it's not a bad car, but it's not a great car. But then, like, to you, as you said, it's like, it's completely different meaning. Same thing when I used to, and by the way, there is a story coming about it all. It will be about my project car, you know, the one that got crashed.
Yeah.
I had a project car, which was like an old classic Audi. You know, to a lot of people, it was a piece of shit of a car. It was a 30-year-old car and whatnot, but I put a lot of money into it, and it was like, you know, it was a baby, kind of like having a baby in a way. You know, you nurture it, you fix it up, and you make sure it runs fine. And I was slowly, you know, creating it into this like massive thing that I wanted it to be. And obviously, it ended really bad. But there is another video about it. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing, you know, you just get attached to certain things, and there's nothing you can really do about it. If you just don't go back a long time being musicians, when we met, he used to get me drunk all the time. Because, you know, he was like, oh, you're from Eastern Europe, you don't know what alcohol is, and me being British, I'll show you what that is.
Yeah,
that
definitely happened that way.
So there was this one time when we went out, I think it was like very early in our, you know, friendship sort of stage. We went out, had more than one drink, let's put it that way. We went back to his house, and then he had hiccup. And then I remembered from being way back in Latvia, being in school, when someone else had hiccups in the classroom, and what someone did to them was they kind of like choked him a bit, and then it's kind of stopped. Don't know why they did that, but that's what I remembered. And then obviously me were like, quite, and then I turned around and said, yeah, I know this thing what we could do, I'm going to choke you a bit. And then, like, they'll just come away. And obviously he was like, yeah, that's a great idea.
It was a great idea.
It was a brilliant idea. So what I didn't realise is how much you actually need to choke somebody to get rid of them. Well, to be fair, I don't even know if that even is a real thing, to be fair. Me stood up, I started choking him, and then I could just see his eyes just like roll backwards, and he just passed out. And on the way down, when he was falling, he hit his head on the corner of the table.
Yeah. But the thing is, you didn't just grab me by the throat, you didn't just gently squeeze, you just immediately grabbed me and stopped me breathing immediately. It was like bang. I didn't really have any time to do anything. I didn't have any time to adjust to the situation. You just grabbed my throat, squeezed, and I couldn't breathe, and then I just remember waking up on the floor. It's fucking scary. I'm not, it wasn't that, yeah, I was more scared because I woke up and you were panicking, so like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I'm glad I'm not dead. But
well, I could have been. But the one thing that you need to be taking away from all of this is that you got rid of hiccups.
It did, it actually did.
So that's the positive that we need to be taking
like,
out of it.
Since then, since learning from that experience, it's not, you don't want to grab there, you're going to grab a bit lower, maybe just below the middle. Then give it a good, don't squeeze the sides, just push. Just push, then gently squeeze. It should get rid of the hiccups. We do not recommend it because...
No, we do not. Unless you're a professional strangler, then...
Alright.
Make sure you subscribe, like, share, do everything you can, and that will obviously help me out. And thank you for watching.
Don't go around choking each other.